welcome to another episode of The Entrepreneur and You. I'm your host, Mike Kaysen, and this is Joe Badger Maisel. Mr. Maisel is the founder and CEO of JOEBOTICS Inc. and the creator of the Badger Box. Thank you so much for being here today, Joe.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So what is JOEBOTICS?
JOEBOTICS is my startup. It's primarily my wife, myself, and our business partner working on it. And we're dedicated to making electronics and robotics as simple and as fun as possible for people to work with. So,
And you're doing that through the invention of the Badger Box.
right, through the Badger Box.
So tell me about the Badger Box.
So the Badger Box is a device that I designed. The patent for it just went through.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So the Badger Box is designed to make working with electronics as fun and easy as possible. It basically makes it a completely visual experience. So essentially we have a clear breadboard that gets mounted on top of a display, and we use the display to light up under the breadboard and show you where to plug in the components. So you build actual circuits with a real breadboard with real components, and we have a circuit simulator so that you can design or load circuits. So we're really trying to flip the way that people think about learning and working with electronics upside down.
So it makes it a little easier for somebody like me who knows a little bit but not enough to be dangerous. And there's an educational element of it, right?
Correct. The first version of the Badger Box is geared towards primarily at educators and makers. We've done testing with kids as young as 9 years old and found that they love the Badger Box.
We actually got your product here.
Okay.
So why don't you kind of talk to us a little bit about how it works and what it does?
I will. Thank you. Sure. This is the Badger Box.
Okay.
This is a tablet. We'll be shipping with the tablet. It attaches to the tablet with a magnetic fixture, so it just clips right in and the Badger Box is there. We're going to have a Bluetooth version. Right now we only have a USB version. So this is a USB. It's connected to a little board inside of the Badger Box. Here we have a circuit simulator. It's a fully featured circuit simulator. Essentially you can design your own circuits and test them because it'll show you the flow of electrons through the circuit, and so you'll see where things aren't working, etc.
Sure.
You can highlight each component. So right now I'm highlighting a component on the schematic. It's an LED. If I don't know what it is, I can click the picture of the LED and it shows me the picture of the LED. If you look at the breadboard, it's lighting up under the breadboard to show you exactly where to plug it in. And there's polarity markings here, so you know that this side is the positive and this side is the negative. And essentially it just walks you through the process of building the circuit component by component.
And you do that with any kind of component.
Yeah, so we support all the standard components, capacitors, resistors, blah, blah, blah. And we also have support for the 37 robotic sensor kits that you can buy on Amazon or eBay. So you can program ping sensors, Hall sensors, which are magnetic sensors, UV, heat, all kinds of cool stuff. And basically that's it. We walk you through the process of building the circuit step by step. When you're done, this will be the second thing that we release. You'll be able to take your breadboard, put it onto a coupler. Now this is just obviously a prototype coupler. It's got a single board computer inside. And now you can take your circuit and run it anywhere as long as it's got a power source. I'm kind of guessing we may design a little adapter to work with Legos or something. So we can just stick it on top of some Legos.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the Badger Box.
So I know it's been a real journey for you.
Yeah, we've worked really hard on it. There's been a lot of sacrifice involved. It's been a lot of financial pressure. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars of my own money developing the product. But I got to be honest, I look at it and I love it.
There's nothing else out there, anything like it.
Yeah.
So at least nothing that I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything like it either. And getting the patent, it feels good. I always wanted a patent.
Yeah. It's always fun because you get that certificate, you put it on your wall.
Exactly, yeah.
You know?
This is what I'm looking forward to.
And you can talk about it on camera and not worry about somebody stealing it.
Yeah, that was the thing for a long time. We couldn't talk about it. People would ask, and I'm like, I can't tell you, I can't tell you. But it was worth it. And now that we're here, I'm looking forward to seeing it in people's hands.
So how important is branding to you?
Branding's very important to me.
Why?
One, the company and the product bear my name, both of my names.
Right.
So I want it to be something that makes people smile and that people can relate to. Our logo's a little badger. It's more cuddly, I think, and more warm and engaging. And that represents kind of who I am, I think.
Warm and engaging?
I hope so. You tell me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
what made you decide to go full hog with the business?
this is not my first go at starting a business. This is the one that's gotten the farthest, but it's not my first go. I've always been entrepreneurial. The problem often has been finding other people who have the same amount of dedication and masochistic tendencies. So, yeah. Sometimes being an entrepreneur can be difficult, but it's rewarding in the end, for sure.
Well, you have a very diverse background. You're a musician.
Yeah, I dropped out of high school when I was 17 and went to music school. I graduated from music school and made my living playing music and teaching music for a number of years. So one of my students offered me a part-time job doing Microsoft front page in 1995, and I just sort of started programming for a living because having a steady paycheck was nice.
Sure.
So I've been a software developer for 25 years now.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And you've worked for various companies along the line?
All kinds of companies. I've done a lot of consulting work. I mean, literally everything from little tiny startups to, Fortune 500s.
And you gave all that up to pursue your passion.
I would much prefer to work for myself always than work for someone else. So
why is that? Why do you find that that's a better approach, working for yourself?
I enjoy programming, but my heart isn't going to be in someone else's software as much as it's going to be in something I have a vision of, I guess.
You want to do something that you're passionate about.
Yeah, I'm definitely a person who's driven by passion. Yeah.
That's one of the things I really admire about you.
Oh, thank you.
Actually, I knew that when I first met you, that you were passionate about what it is that you do.
Oh, thanks.
You're very welcome. It's true. Okay, so you came up with this idea. Then what?
We have some prototypes ready. We're having some pre-production models assembled in China for shooting and stuff. We have our supply chain set up because I don't want to stock a warehouse. We're going to let someone else handle that for us.
Like a drop ship kind of
Basically,
model?
yeah. And we've been working on getting our Kickstarter campaign ready for a number of years. A lot of people thought we should go to Kickstarter earlier because most of the funding for the project has come from me, even though we did have some investment money. But one of my teachers taught me the secret to making $1 million.
I want to hear this.
Well, it turns out you have to start with $2 million. So I've been working on figuring out how to get the $2 million so I can make the $1 million.
$1 to play jazz.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. Well, thank you so much, Joe. We really appreciate you being here. And thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next time on The Entrepreneur and You.